Hi, we met today to discuss how we can reduce costs within a translation project, or how can we, in fact, quite quickly gain some money and make more money on translation projects by using a proper system. Uh, Most of the time, we are talking about efficiencies, cutting project managers' costs, but all those strategies, they are long-term strategies. They bring savings in the long perspective. How about shorter perspective? What can we do immediately?
We can definitely do something with the margin by applying some metrics with the help of a system and regulate the way you cooperate with your vendors.
Yeah, so we could, in fact, reduce the external costs.
Yeah, but this is something that a CAD tool, to some extent, already does.
Sure, but the cut tool would cut the volume of the translation. So how much needs to be translated? What we can do is to help you buy cheaper or more efficiently what remains for translation anyway.
Yeah. So we can influence the whole process of buying, of looking for a translator, contacting them, and eventually buying the translation.
Okay, so you're talking about the possibility to optimize the vendor selection and use the rules that would be based on rates somehow.
Exactly.
Right? Of course, we would select the vendors that match your quality requirements, but still look for the cheapest one within the best quality, right?
Exactly. So what everyone nowadays is doing, they say on their website, we have 1,000 resources, or we have 2,000, 5,000 resources, where in fact they only work with 10, 50, maybe like 100, but more or less 10, 15% of their vendor base. So what we can do is we can actually make them use the potential that they have in their database.
Okay, so we can help them stay in touch with much larger group of vendors, right? So that we don't work only with the 50, which probably have always the same price.
Yeah.
But select vendors from much bigger group, so hundreds, if not thousands of vendors, by proper management of this database, and then automated vendor selection, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Another thing would be volume discounts, right? If we work in the long-term perspective with the same pre-selected vendors, what we can do?
Well, if you, for example, have the same pool of vendors for Asian languages, you wouldn't want to spread your volume across tens of vendors. You would probably want to focus on one trusted, or maybe two, three trusted agencies. And then at a certain point in the year, you can analyze the numbers that they brought you and say, look, you're getting almost all of our Asian languages. So how about we make an agreement that after we reach a certain volume together, you can give us a better rate because of us being a loyal provider.
Yeah, so we will be using reports to analyze how much we spend, for example, on Japanese per year. Let's say it's 100,000 euros.
Yeah.
And then we can say to a vendor, if you want to have, let's say, 30 or 40% of share within this spending, if you reduce the rate, we can give you much more work. So let's say we guarantee the volume of 40,000 or 50,000 euros, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this could lead to potential savings probably of 5 to 10%.
Plus, if you keep working with the same vendors, you get dedicated teams, which will help with quality, something that's not measurable that easily, but you get consistency in your work that your clients will definitely appreciate as well.
Yeah, here we come to quality, right? So we cannot just look into rates and savings. We need to maintain the consistent quality for our customers, right? So predefining vendors or keeping stable teams that would work for a particular project, that would surely
exactly
help them produce the right quality, especially when we are talking about short assignments where context is lacking quite often, right? So using the same vendors would give them the opportunity to produce surely much higher quality than those who are new to the subject.
Yeah, and keeping those same groups of linguists, you maintain the quality, consistency, but also the consistency in cost, so you can predict your margin better.
Yeah, great. How about time? Can we deliver faster?
Well, we can definitely automate the process of looking for a vendor, what we just discussed, and giving them the work. So that's already optimizing the process.
So it means that we will be working quite hard on the filters. So how we select vendors. We would have different rules there. First of all, those need to be good vendors, so good quality.
Yeah.
Then we will be optimizing price. But at the same time, we would wish to select the one who is available as soon as possible.
Yeah, of course.
Right?
So what we can do here is all of the vendors that work with you through XTRF on the vendor portal, they can log in and provide the information on their availability, whether it's a holiday or a project that they're doing for someone else. So this will then be visible to the PM.
Right. And we didn't mention this opportunity of asking vendors in cascades for their availability, so that we do not spam the whole world about the new project,
of course,
but use it wisely. Let's say that this information we have about them.
Yeah, another thing that we didn't say is, for example, how you can check the trend in the quality that your vendor is providing. So apart from just having the average rating that they have in your system, you can compare that to the last 3 or 5 projects and see if they're declining or getting better.
Yeah, so we can also visualize in a special column, visualize previous, let's say 3 or 5 evaluations,
exactly,
right? To see how they are really behaving in the recent projects. Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah, so you can get really granular with your selection.
Yeah, then surely the biggest or one of the big points in vendor management is keeping vendors willing to work for you, right? Because everybody wants to work with the best vendors. How can we help this?
Well, nowadays, like people say that when we talk to clients on conferences or trade shows, they say that I can have a new client join the market like every day, but to find a good translator, they don't appear magically every day. So loyalty and maintaining a steady, trusted pool of vendors is key. So anything we can help with keeping the resources loyal would definitely be a plus.
Yeah, so surely staying in touch with them quite regularly would help, right? So not only ask for availability of the vendors that are most loved by project managers, but also being in touch with much wider group. How about financials? They probably like to be paid on time, if not before time.
Yeah, exactly. So we can do that too. We can monitor this time and make sure that everyone is paid on time, or even before time.
Yeah. So automating the invoicing or billing process can help you also, or can improve your image in your vendor's eyes.
Yes. Also, there's a situation happening every day that you have plenty of vendors because you send out an email blast for people to register with you. By the way, we can help with that as well, to have an automated form where people register. But what happens then is those people register and nothing happens.
Yeah.
If you have some sort of vendor management, then they get a test project and then nothing happens. So we can help with that as well. We can help with monitoring the time. How about the interval? How does that look after they register, when they get the test project, and when they get a real test or real project to work on?
Wow, that's a lot of ideas.
Yeah.
We should maybe list them and attach to this video.
Yeah, like a newsletter or a blog post. Yeah.
Okay, let's do it. Thank you so much.
Thanks.